So I want to go ahead and talk about this game, Towerborn. I was able to, watch the preview for it and read some of the article in here, and it has some information that I think I really like, and I wanted to go ahead and get into detail and give you guys my thoughts. So Towerborn is leaning into early access to ensure a successful launch, but is it asking too much of the players? Now, for that question right there, my answer is no. And I'm gonna go ahead and get into the article here. We'll read some of this first portion right here. We'll watch some of this trailer, and then I want to get into why I believe that this isn't asking too much of the players. So let's go ahead and get into this. So Towerborn was first revealed at last summer's Xbox Game Showcase, but little has been shared on the game since you'd be forgiven to not being up to speed. Sorry. So, however, the game launches in early access on PC today with the game preview and full release expected on Xbox and Game Pass next year. Indeed, early access is a major strategy as part of the game's launch, following the footsteps of Baldur's Gate 3, Hades, and more. It's Diablo 4, though, that Towerborn is most readily aping. To take a step back, Towerborn is part of an ARPG and part beat 'em up from Stoic Studios, the team behind gritty yet beautifully animated Banner Saga tactic games. It's a change of pace, then, though it's similar, colorful, and cartoonish. Away from the pregnant storytelling, this is something charming that satisfies on a simpler level. Outside of the game's central city, for its typical suite of characters, customizations, and management, the world map consists of hexagonal tiles that gradually widen throughout exploration. Tiles represent battles, bosses, collectible items, and more, and are labeled with a danger level from 1 to 4. At least in early access, this could range higher at release, to allow players to balance difficulty and reward. So that's the information they gave on that. I'm gonna go ahead and show the trailer. Over this. So I just want to say I really like this art style that they have for the beginning of the trailer right here. It does kind of remind me of a kind of like a Studio Ghibli film, some similar to like Howl's Moving Castle. That's kind of what I'm getting like a feel of. So I think that looks amazing. I think that's really cool.
The tower is the only sanctuary we have left.
One of the things I also was kind of appreciating as well was the fact that the way that it looks like they're going to make the characters still kind of have like a cartoonish look, while the background artwork is going to have more of like a 3D texture kind of feel to it, which I think that looks amazing, like the combination of the two.
Our last bastion of safety and strength. Monsters lurk in the shadows below.
And I really like the art style and the design of these monsters with this art style. I think it looks really cool.
That's why they need us. To brave the wilds.
And one of the things I was reading on is that this is a game where it is one of those things, if you wanted to play single player, you could, or if you wanted to, you can play up to 4 players. So they can be you and 3 other people. So one of the cool things that this game kind of reminds me of, as stated before in the article, was Diablo 4, because it is one of those things that's you and a group of friends kind of attacking these monsters and everything like that. Another game it kind of gave me the feel of was X-Men Legends. So X-Men Legends and then Legends 2, where it's you and then 3 other players and you're doing like a beat 'em up kind of a thing. The difference between X-Men Legends though is that was more of like a top down kind of a game. Well, this seems more of like a side scroller kind of co-op.
Rescue the lost and push back the threat of the curse. Only an ace has what it takes to save our people.
Get a little bit of Breath of the Wild vibes with that character right there whenever I see that.
Ace has what it takes to save our people. And when we team up, armed with unique and powerful weapons, we make the greatest discoveries.
Again, one of the things I really do like, again, is the fact that the characters themselves kind of do have that cartoonish look, while the background, it does kind of have more of a 3D, feel to it. And the artwork behind it. I love the way this background looks, because it is one of those things, as you're playing as the characters, of course, when you're playing, you're going to be focused on the enemies that you're trying to kill and everything like that. But let's say if you're like watching a friend play it or someone else play it, it is one of those things to be able to just kind of catch the way that the artwork is in the background and catch little details here and there that they were able to create, which I think is really cool.
In a world full of surprises.
I wonder if you guys can do like emotes
Together,
and everything together.
we can give our people the hope we need to survive.
All right. As Juan Towerborn early access begins September 10th, 2024. So cool. So there's a trailer for that. So as it stated at the end of the trailer, early access begins September 10th, 2024. So that's yesterday. One of the cool things I really wanted to get into, though, in regards to the initial question that was asked at the beginning of the article, but is this asking too much of the players? No. Again, I don't believe that is the case. It is not asking too much of the players, and a part of the reason why they're asking that to begin with is because of the fact that the developers of this game are heavily relying on players to help build it up as something that they can enjoy. So one of the things that I noticed that I wanted to go over was at at present, there is no set release date for the game beyond 2025. Instead, the studio will decide when it's ready to be ready based on players' reactions. So I thought that was really cool. They're gonna pretty much wait to see how players like the game, how players are reacting to the gameplay and everything like that, the story, and then act accordingly as far as what they want to do for the game in the future. So founders play a critical role in shaping the game's evolution, allowing them to directly influence the development. Your support during early access helps us build a game that resonates with the community and stands the test of time. So again, I think that is really fucking cool because there's not a lot of video games, especially in today's market, where you're seeing that the developers are like for sure going to the fans and going to the players and being like, "Hey, what do you guys want to play? What do you guys want to see in this game?" Majority of the time, it's these companies that will just make a game and kind of throw it out and be like, all right, well, you guys are going to play what we make. If you guys don't like it, well, then you know what? That's on you. If you do like it, then great, we have support. But this one, it seems like they're kind of going the opposite direction where they want to create something like at least playable for now. But once it is playable, they want to give it to the public, let them decide what they want to see go further into this game. And with, so many people playing these types of games, beat 'em ups, ARPGs and stuff like that, there's a big chance that of course the fans are gonna have a good idea of they can do to improve this game to make it the best that it can be for the players as well as for the developers, so that the players can enjoy it as much as they can and the developers are able to make a great game that I'm sure will be able to in the end bring them lots of money. So it is one of those things. This game, once it is released, it has been stated that it will be free to play. So not early access, free to play. So you will be able to get it for free. You won't have to charge, but there is one of those things that if you did want to do like a battle pass, more than likely, then yeah, you'll have to look into that later on down the lines. So, and then just a little bit further into the developers. So, as we've done in the past, we are focused on playing with and listening to you, the player. In addition to our Discord, where we hang out and engage with you, there will also be special surveys, posts, and other information that we put out for founders on a regular basis. That said, the most important thing is that we are active in these spaces and engage with you. Look, of course, we can't take every note or turn every suggestion into reality, but figuring out the best ideas means we have the space to do it together. However you feel and what you want will drive how we update and improve the game. This is a long-term living game, and we want to establish our community with you early. So I think that's amazing. It is one of those things, especially with games like Fortnite, where they do have it so that it is constantly growing and it is able to be going as long as it has. Because if I'm not mistaken, Fortnite came out in 2018 or 19, roughly around there. So if that is the case, that's been about 5 to 6 years that game is still going strong, and it's still going strong regardless if you like the game or not. Fortnite is, it's still kind of killing it as far as the game aspect. It's still in the zeitgeist, and it's still something that people talk about as a household name. So the fact that this game here is trying to go so heavily off of the players, I think that's amazing. I think that's really cool. I think it's a step in the right direction, and I feel like it's something that would be awesome to see with a lot of the video game industry moving forward. Not all of it per se necessarily, because it is one of those things. People do make the comments like, oh, the customer is always right. Personally, I don't feel like that's the case. There are times where I feel like the customer can be wrong and they can make things worse in certain situations, especially if their head isn't in the right place. But for the developers to be coming out with a game like this and relying so heavily on the fans and the players, I think this is going to be a really great thing, especially when they're mentioning that they're going to have polls and like little sections where they want to kind of get the feedback from the individuals that are playing it. So like surveys, posts, and stuff like that. It should be fun, and it should be one of those things that can help improve the game as well as make it a great experience for the players as well as the developers. So I think this is a good thing. I think this is a step in the right direction. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this is a good thing from the developers? Is this a game that you think you'll be playing once it comes out? I don't have, again, Xbox or PC, so it's gonna be a no for me, unfortunately. But let's say later on in the future, if I were to get a PC, I feel like this would be a game that I want to go back and kind of step into a little bit and see how what the fuss is about, and see if it is worth playing, and see if the developers were able to get some good feedback. So those are my thoughts on that. Just want to let you guys know. Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys can like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, until next time, Harmonic out. Peace.